Find the values of x in terms of a and b if this equation holds. Anyway, this equality holds. Now we want to isolate x. What is x equal to? Now first we collect all x terms one side. So, but here we have a product, so we have to open this one. We have to expand this one. So it will have minus ax minus bx equal to a minus ax and plus x. So here are the x terms here, like this, and this, and here this one, and here this one. We have to collect all of them on one side. So it's better we send these and send this one to here. So in this case, b minus a is equal to, okay, this we send, it's minus a, so this went to the other side. We have minus ax, x, and then plus ax, and then plus bx. So then we have minus ax and plus ax cancel out, and we have x plus bx equal to b minus a. So the next thing we have to do is we have to isolate x. X is the common factor here, so it's x 1 plus b, b minus a. Then if you want to isolate x, we have to divide this side with 1 plus b. So then we will have this x equal to b minus a over 1 plus b, and which is the answer. Now let a be the complex or non-real solutions of this equation, and it says find the value of ab. So x to the fourth plus x squared minus 12 equal to 0. Here, the important thing here is x to the fourth is equal to x squared squared. So one can write this one as x squared squared plus x squared minus 12 equal to 0. Here we can say let u equal to x squared. In this case, this changes the equation to u squared plus u minus 12 equal to 0. Now this equation can be solved by factoring. So here we can say this is minus 3 times 4 makes negative 12, and when you add them you get plus 1, so we have this one. So it's a good choice. Yeah, you can also say this u minus 4, u plus 3, and you do this plus 3u, and this is, okay, it's minus 4u minus u. It didn't help, so we change this one to minus. So this will be minus, this will be plus, and it gives you plus u. Yes, now it's okay. Now this is the factorization of this polynomial. I mean this u plus 4 times u minus 3 to 0, and u is equal to minus 4 and u equal to 3. And now what is x squared? X squared is minus 4, and we have x squared is equal to 3. And from here we have two roots. X squared is equal to, no, x is equal to plus minus square root minus 4, which is x equal to plus minus 2i. And here if you solve this one, you got x equal to plus minus square root 3, and these are real roots. These are real roots, but it's asking the complex roots. Now the complex roots are 2i and minus 2i. If you say this is a and this is b, then a times b will be equal to 2i times minus 2i. So this will make minus 4i squared, which will make minus 1 times minus 4, which is plus 4. So it will be b. Now let's hold this equation. So in the equation we have we have an equation, and we can get rid of the denominator by multiplying x minus 3. So you can do that. But if it was like this or like that, it's an inequality. We don't multiply x minus 4. We send it to the other side. We try to combine and write it as a single fraction. But since this is an equality or equation, we can multiply both sides with x minus 3. Okay, we don't do it in the inequalities. Okay, there's a difference between the inequality and equality. Anyway, we multiply them. You get x minus 3 times x, and x minus 3 times x plus 2 divided by x minus 3. So x minus 3, then we will end up with x squared minus 3x here, and this will make x plus 2 equal to x minus 3, and this is x squared minus 3x minus x minus 2 equal to x minus 3. And then when we can send them to this side, and we have x squared negative 4x here, and with x negative x here, you can write here negative 5x, and then 3. Okay, maybe it's better we write them this way. So this will make x squared minus 5x, and then negative 2 plus 3, it's 1. So it's 0. So we can try to solve this one, but I don't think we can have this if we put 1 plus 1 minus 1 here, so there will be no minus 5x here. So it's better we do it with the quadratic formula. So the factoring will not work. So quadratic formula says minus minus 5 plus minus square root b squared, which is minus 5 squared, minus 4 times 1 times 1. So it will be 4 times 1 times 1 divided by 2 times a. A is 1 here. A, B, C. Okay, x is equal to plus 5 plus minus square root 25 minus 4 divided by 2, and it gives you 5 plus minus square root 21 divided by 2, and these are the solutions here. Now, the sum of the real solutions of the equation is equal to, it says what? Now, x squared minus 6x to 2/3 is equal to 9. How can you get rid of this? So we basically take the 3/2, raise them to 3/2 power, okay? And then here, since it's even number here, this is even, this will become the absolute value of x squared minus 6x. And here, this part is 9, 3/2 is equal to square root of 9 cubed. And we can write it as square root 9 cubed, which is square root 9 times square root 9 and square root 9. You can write this way, be 3, 3, and 3, so which gives us 27. So in this way, we have two solutions here, x squared minus 6x minus 2 equal to 27, or we have x squared minus 6x equal to minus 27. So we have x squared minus 6x minus 27 equal to 0. And we can try to factor this. I'm not sure if we can factor it, but let's try. So if we make x will make x squared. And 9 here, 9, 3, it will make 27, but we have minus. So, but we have also minus 6 here. So it's better we choose some factors whose sum will be equal to negative 6. So you see, if we pick them, we will get negative 6x, so it's okay. So it seems these are the correct factors of negative 27. So this will be x minus 9 times x plus 6, which is equal to 0. Now here, no, sorry, this is 3. So now when we solve this one, it will be x equal to 9, and this will give you x equal to 3 minus 3. These are the real roots, and now let's check if there's a real root here. X squared minus 6x plus 27 equal to 0. We have many options here, like we can try 3, 9, but it will be plus here. But there's minus here. You can try minus, and negative 27, negative 1. So it seems none of them will give you negative 26. Now, the best way is to use the quadratic formula here. The quadratic formula will give you minus 6 plus minus square root 36 minus 4 times 1 times 27. 2 times 1. So this will give you x equal to 6 plus minus square root 36 minus 108 divided by 2. Now this is, you see, a negative here. So negative, when you take the square root of negative number, this will be a complex number. Complex number. So we have complex roots here. The only real roots are those. So the real roots are 9 and minus 3. So when you add them, you will get 6. Now find the solution of this equality, this inequality, or this inequality. So we're trying to find the set of the x's satisfying this or this. Now we have to solve this one, so we have to get rid of 3 here. So it's better we multiply both sides with 3. So we first solve the inequalities. Then 3, it will cancel out, and we have 3x here, and we have this x plus 4 here. Now we don't want x here, and we don't want x here, and this we can have x here. So the best way is to subtract x from each side. So x, subtract x. And we did such thing in the homework assignment and in the review exercise. We had the same idea. This is 4. So when you divide by 2 both sides, then you will get minus 1 x then 2. This is what we get here, which is minus 1 to 2. But here we have or. Okay, or we have to solve this one. This here, the solution of this one is easy. So we want x to be isolated, so we send x 3 and 3 here, or we a nice one is, so to subtract negative 3 from each side, so it will give you negative 5 x 1. So this will give you negative 5 1. So or will make the union. So the set we are looking for is minus 1 to 2 and minus 5 to 1. So so this will be, okay, minus 1. So I can show them here. And the real line is minus 5 to 1. It's here. This is the first set. Yes. Now the second one, okay, these are not included. Now the second one is minus 1. Minus 1 is somewhere here, and it will go up to 2, and 2 is not included, so here. So what is the union? You take all these. It goes up to, starting from minus 5, and ending at 2. So because this was minus 1 to 2, so the whole thing is starting from here, ending here. So it will be, union will be all of them. So it's minus 5, 2. Okay, let's solve this inequality. The first thing we have to do is we have to write it in standard form. And we will write this one as a single fraction, so we have to make the denominator same. So here you see there are different denominators, and we have one. So we can make them common denominator by multiplying this one with x minus 2, and this one with both with x minus 2 and 2x minus 3, and this one with only 2x minus 3. And when we do it, we will get x minus x times x minus 2 minus x minus 2 times 2x minus 3 and minus 2x minus 3. Then the common denominator will be x minus 2, okay, bigger than 0. Now we will put them together now, x squared minus 2x, and this part will be minus 2x squared minus 3x minus 4x, so it will be minus 7x, and here it will be plus 6, and here it will be minus 2x plus 3. And we can also distribute minus here, and we will get this one as plus, no, sorry, this is minus, this will be plus, and this will be minus. Then you can combine these. Okay, this is x squared and minus 2x squared, it will be minus x squared, and minus 2x and plus 7x and minus 2x, they become 3x, and minus 6 plus 3, it makes negative 3, so it's 2x minus 3 times x minus 2, bigger than or equal to 0. Now the first step is done. So it will be minus x squared plus 3x minus 3, 2x minus 3 times x minus 2, bigger than or equal to 0. Now we will find the root of, this was 1, step 1, this 2 is this root of the numerator. You can try to find the roots for the numerator, and you can use here quadratic formula, minus 3 plus minus square root 3 squared minus 4 times minus 1 times minus 3 divided by 2 times minus 1, and x will be equal to negative 3 plus minus square root 9 minus 12, here this 3, 4, it will be 9 minus 12 divided by minus 2. So we will end up with 2 roots, but 2 roots will have the square root minus 3, which is square root 3i, so these 2 roots are not real roots. So no real root here. So by solving it, we get no real root. So we get no real root. Now let's look at here the second, the denominators. Let's solve them. So we have 2 options here. So then we have x equal to 3 over 2 and x equal to 2. Now after this, so these are the roots of denominator. Now the third step is to make the roots at the real line. So make the real line and do the sign chart. So where's 3 over 2? It's 1.5. It should be here, and if it is there, so 2 should be here. Okay, now the next thing we have to do is we will try to take some values and determine what is the sign here. Now when it comes to here, if you go from the choices, like you will see 3 over 2 and 2 here, and you can go with the choices. It has to be, so we have to have 2 and 3 over 2 here, and it's some values involving them. So there's nothing here like 3 over 2, and it's 18 over 3 and 13 over 7 over 4. So you don't see them here as well. So 5 we don't see. I mean, you can go with the choice here, but let's use the steps here. So you take a point here, take x equal to 0 and put it here. So you will get minus 0 squared plus 3 times 0 minus 3 divided by 2 times 0 minus 3, and then 0 minus 2. And this will become negative 3 over negative 3 times negative 2, which makes negative 3 over 6. This gives a negative value, so it has to be negative here. And it's asking which part? It's asking the part which is less than, it's bigger than 0. So you can take, okay. Now so it's bigger than, definitely bigger than 3 over 2. It's not this one, it's not this one, and we don't have, so it's obvious the choices here, but let's keep doing it. So this is about like 1.5 and this is 2. So this is a narrow interval. So we can take this one as like 1.9 or 1 point, let's say 1.9 maybe. Yes, okay. And here we can use this one here. Minus 1.9 squared plus 3 times 1.9. And minus 3 divided by 2 times 1.9 minus 3 and 1.9 minus 2. So this will make 0.8 times minus 1. So it will be, okay, minus 0. So this will be minus for sure, the whole thing. And here, if you go with this one, it will be something like, if you go with this, you can do like 1.9 times 3 minus 1.9 minus 3. So it will become like, this is 1.1, and it will be less than, okay, so it will be 1.1. So you can do like 1.1 times this, 19 and 19. So it's 2.89. So you can do here 2.89 minus 3. So we will end up a minus value. So minus minus, it will be plus. So this, because it was a little narrow, the interval, so it requires some detailed job here. But if you go with the choices, it's obvious. This is when you got 3 over 2 and 2, and you have this one, and we don't have any other roots here, so you can directly go with the D. And now if you take this one here, x equal to, let's say 5, and we can put them here like minus 5 squared and plus 3 times 5 minus 3, and it will give you a negative number. This is too big for them, so it's equal to minus, and this is 2 times minus 5 minus 3, This is 2 minus 5 minus 3. This is a negative value. Minus 5 minus 2, it's negative value. So this is negative and this is negative. So it will give you plus. So this will be also negative. So which part wanted? This part wanted, the positive part wanted. So then it will be this one. So 2 and 3 are not included because they are the roots of the denominator and they're not included. Okay, this question is a little long, but if you come up to here, there's not many choices. There's no other choice than D. Now let's look at this question. Find the sum of the solutions. Here is x plus 1 times x squared plus 2x minus 5. This, we take the square root. Here is x plus 1. The best way is take the square of both sides. And when you take the square of both sides, you will get this one. Now, so we have some common factors here. So the next step we will take is to send this one to here and set it equal to 0. So this will be x plus 1 times x squared plus 2x minus 5 minus x minus 1 equal to, okay, I will divide it this way, minus x plus 1 equals 0. So this will be x plus 5 times x squared plus 2x minus 5 minus x minus 1 to 0. And this one will give you x plus 1 times x squared plus x minus 6 equal to 0. So we have x equal to minus 1 here. And when you solve this one, you will get x plus 3 times x minus 2 equal to 0. This will give you x equal to minus 3, x equal to 2. Now, so these are the roots, minus 1, negative 3, and 2. Now, when you find them, after you find them, you have to check them. Okay. Now, when you check them, you have to put them here. You put minus 1. When you put minus 1, it becomes here minus 1 plus 1. It makes 0. So what happens here? You got 0 is equal to 0. So minus 1 is making a solution. Now, how about doing negative 3? Put negative 3 here. What happens? Negative 3 plus 1 times negative 3 squared plus 2 times negative 3 minus 5 is equal to negative 3 plus 1. Here we can find the solution here. Negative 2 times, this will be 9 minus 6 minus 5. You'll get minus 2 times minus 2. And this will give you negative 2. So the problem here is a square root cannot be negative. So this cannot be a real solution. So what we have here is 2, the next one. So when you try to go for 2, you will get 2 plus 1 square root 2 squared plus 2 times 2 minus 5. Is it equal to 2 plus 1? Now this is 3. So 4, 4, 8. 8 minus 5, 3. We have this one. Correct. So the real solutions are 2 and minus 1. And when you add them, you'll get 1. Now find the set of all real values of case for which this one has two complex non-real solutions. Remember this. ax squared bx plus c equal to 0 has two complex solutions if b squared minus 4ac is bigger than, no, less than 0. So when you adapt this one to our question, it says it has to have two complex solutions. It means the discriminant should be less than 0. So what is discriminant? So you'll check the coefficient of x squared, coefficient of b, and the c. C turns out to be term without x. So now let's put them here. B squared minus 2k squared minus 4 times a times c. C is 2k minus 1 less than 0. So in this case, it will be 4k squared minus 4 times 2k. So it will be minus k minus 8k, and then plus k plus 8 less than 0. So when you factor it by 4, you will get k squared minus 2k plus 2 less than 0. So divide by 4, you will get k squared minus 2k plus 2 less than 0. Now we try to solve this equality here, this equation, find a solution for it. So then you will find, okay, we'll try to find the quadratic formula. Minus 2 plus minus square root minus 2 squared minus 4 times a times c divided by 2a. Now this will give us 2 plus minus square root 4 minus 8. So we will have minus 4. So as you see here, we have square root minus 4. So there is no real root. There is no real root. This is because this is negative square root 4 is 2 plus I. So it's not real root. So the next thing we have is, okay, when solving an inequality, if you don't have real root, what you do here is to make the real line and take just one point. So we take the real line. So it was step 1, so we did step 2. And step 3 is if there is no real root, just take one element here, take k equal to 0, and put here, so you got 0 squared minus 2 times 0 plus 2, which makes positive 2, which is plus. So in this case, it has to be all plus here. So, but we want what? We want less than 0. So negative intervals wanted, interval wanted. So this is, it says negative interval wanted. So, but there is no negative interval, no negative interval. So what we say is there is no, so the solution set is empty set. Empty set means there is no such k value. So the solution set is empty set. Empty set means there is no such k value. Solve this inequality. So it says 8x cubed 33x for 34x squared. So when you do this one, this is 38x cubed. Send this one to the other side and order the terms here, 34x squared plus 33x less than 0. Now this x turns out to be the common factor here. You have 8x, 34x plus 33 less than 0. Now can we try to factor this? So we have 33 here, and the roots here, we have this 11 here, 11 here. Okay, now So all the roots looks okay here. I mean, they're all rational numbers, so it seems we can factor it. So one way is to write 2x and x, which makes 8x squared, and the other way is, okay, let's go for 3 and 11. Maybe like 3 and 11 is, we can do it like this maybe. So we can, here there's minus here, so we can put minus and minus. I mean, if it doesn't, we can switch. So we can switch them. But let's check them first here. So this will give you negative 1222x, and this will be negative 12x. So it turns out to be negative 34x. Yes, so this is negative 34x. We got this one. So this means the factorization of this one will be, this will be x times 4x minus 11 and 2x minus 3 less than 0. Now factoring will give us advantage when we, okay, this was step 1. Like in step 1, just you make it less than 0, but in the other step, we will need this equal to 0, and this will give you x equal to 0, and this will give you x equal to 11 over 4, and then this will give you x equal to 3 over 2. Now when you take them, step 3, we'll make the real line. We put 11 over 4 is something like 2.5. If it is 10, it's closed, like this is 1.5, this is 0. So when you order them 0, and then 11, no, it's 3 over 2, and then this is 11 over 4. Now we will check them in here, in this part here. So we take this number here, so it's 0, 3 over 2, and 11 over 2, 11 over 4. So definitely for 5 over 4 will not be there, and there may be this one or this one. X. So take a number from here, like x equal to -1, and let's put it here. This is -1 times 4 times -1 minus 11, and 2 times -1 minus 3. So this will make -1 times -15, and this will make -5, and this will make minus plus times a minus value. This will be minus, so we say it will be minus. So here also you can put this here, but 8x cubed minus 34x squared plus 33x less than 0. So we're looking for negatives. 8 negative 1 cubed, 34 minus 1 cubed plus 33. I mean, you can try it here, but you will get at the end it's minus. So minus is wanted, and the solution set has to have this part here. So you can try the other choices. I mean, to try these, but no need, because it's already, this one is satisfying this condition. You can directly say it's the answer. So now we are taking the advantage of the choices here. Okay. Now the sum of the solutions is equal to, it says, now let's look at here, 6x. So if we have this one, we have two choices, two possibilities. Either A is equal to B or A is equal to minus B. Now we have to check both and look at the solutions in each case. 6x minus 5 equal to 3x minus 2. This is 6x minus 3x is equal to, send this one to the other side, it will be minus 2 plus 5. We got 3x equal to 3 and x equal to 1. This is one solution coming from here. But the other solution will be 6x minus 5 will be equal to minus 3x minus 2. So this is 6x minus 5 is equal to minus 3x plus 2. Send this one to the other side. It will be 9x here, and you will get 7x here. Now, x will be 7 over 9. So we have two solutions. Now we add them, so it says sum. So it will be 1 plus 7 over 9. So you write here 1 over 1 and 9. So it will be 9 over 9 plus 7 over 9 will be 16 over 9. So which is this one. Now solve the inequality. So we solved this one in the exercises, I think in the examples and the slides. We have it. And now we have similar terms. We can send this one to the other side. And we collect these terms on one side and send this one to that side. So this will be 3 times absolute value 2 minus x plus 4 times 2 minus x is less than 3 minus 8. Or you can do it one by one. Do it here and do it here. Now these are common factors, mushtarak amil. So you can say 2 minus x times 3 plus 4 less than minus 5. So this will give us 7 times the absolute value of minus x is less than minus 5. Divide both sides with 7. You got this one. The problem here is this is always positive, and at least it's 0. So it cannot be less than a negative number, not possible. So for any x, this is not possible, so we say the solution set should be empty set. Now solve the inequality. So we have, okay, remember this, if you have an expression bigger than or equal to some positive number k is positive here, we have two cases here. Either e is bigger than k or the expression is less than or equal to minus k. So let's use this one. Our e is this, the expression here is this. So x, we have two cases, x plus 2 over 3. Either it's bigger than 1 over 3 or x plus 2 over 3 is less than minus 1 over 3. So x is bigger than 1 over 3 minus 2 over 3. And if you do this job, it will give you minus 1 over 3, because 1 minus 2 minus 1, 3, 3. And here it comes to OR. X is less than minus 1 over 3 minus 2 over 3. So x is less than, if you do this, it will be minus 3 over 3, which is minus 1. So we have this case here. X is bigger than minus 1 over 3, or x is less than minus 1. Now you can write it like you can change them into the intervals. So one of them is it's minus 1 to minus 1 over 3 to infinity, union negative infinity to minus 1. So then this part is on the left side because of the negative value here, negative infinity. So you can write it this way, and then minus 1 over 3 to infinity. So which gives us this one here. Now, which statement is true? So we start with the triangle and the collinearity, and for them, so we look at the distances. So we look at the distances between A and B, B and C, and A and C. Now let's look at them. What is the difference? What's the distance between A and B? Now you take these two numbers, x components, and subtract each from each other. Take the square, then take these two numbers, subtract from each other, take the square. Now, what is this? If you, okay, let's concentrate on this one only, like square root 2 minus, it will be plus 3 minus square root 2 squared. So this will make 3 squared. So this will make 9 indeed. 9 plus, this will be negative 3 squared, which is 9 again. So this is square root 18. Now, when it comes to B and C, square root this one minus this one. So it'll be negative 3 plus square root 2 minus 2 plus square root 2. So you can remove them and make minus. So then you distribute minus here, right? Square root 2 cancel out. Negative 3, negative 2, it will be negative 5. So we have square here, negative 5 squared. So this will be negative 5 squared and plus this one 1 minus 6 squared, which is squared 25 plus 25, which is squared 50. Now, when it comes to AC, square root A and C, square root 2 and 2 square root 2. Now, you can remove square root 2 minus 2 square root 2. When you distribute minus, you get this one. And minus 2 minus 6 squared, it will be negative 2 squared, 4, and plus negative 8 squared, it will be 68. Now, we have these three things. Square root 18, square root 50, and square root 68. Now, for the right triangle, we are checking this. We take the biggest one. We take the biggest one. We take the square. We take the square of the others. Is it true? Yes. So it will be right triangle. So this is true. Yes. Now, find the value of x for which this is the point of the line segment x, negative 3, and 4x over 7, 2. So the value of x for which 1 minus over 2 is the midpoint of the line segment. So this is 1, 1 over 2 is the midpoint x. So how do you find the midpoint? You add these 2 points. divide by 7. Okay, add them, divide by 2, and 2 and minus 2, negative 2 and 2, you add them, and you check they're same and they're same, right? So this part, no need to check because they're same, we know. So we have to find the x value here. How can you find such thing? So the best thing is you multiply both sides with 2, and you will get 2 equal to x plus 4x over 7. So you can combine these two. This will be, and this will be 2 is equal to 7x over 7 plus 4x over 7. This will be 11x over 7. It's 2. So you multiply both sides with 7. And 14 is equal to 11x. So divide by 11. So we get the x value, which is B. Now, if AB is in the third quadrant, so AB is in the third quadrant, then minus A is where? Minus AB. If A is here, then minus A should be on the other side. So this is a negative number. Negative of a negative number is positive. It's very normal. Negative A is here now. And B, where is B? B is still here. So minus A, B should be in the fourth quadrant. Now, let A be a real number if the distance between this and this is equal to square root 5. What are the possible values of A? So how do you find the distance between A and B? Right, we do it this way. 3A minus 0 squared plus A minus 2A squared. So this will give you 9A squared plus minus A squared. So which is A squared. So it will be square root 10A squared. And this will be equal to square root 5. So then you take the square of both sides, and this will be 5 is equal to 10A squared. And we divide both sides with 10. We end up with A squared is equal to 1 over 2. In this case, okay, it cannot be those, and it should be this one. Or you can go ahead and try to do it like A squared should be equal to then A is equal to plus minus square root of 1 over 2, which is 1 over square root 2. And if you rationalize it, you can get like 1 over square root 2 over square root 2, then you get square root 2 over 2 plus minus. So we'll give you this one. Now, for this graph, which of the following is false? Okay, let's go with this. There is no x-intercept. So to get the x-intercept, set y equal to 0. And try to get x. So here it makes 0. X squared times 0 plus x times 0 is equal to 2, which gives us 0 equal to 2. And this is false. And there is no x value. In this case, there is no x value making this happen. So there is no x-intercept. No x-intercept. So no x-intercept means yes, this is true. But it's asking false. Now the graph passes through 1, 1. So the graph passes through 1, 1 means when you place 1 and 1 in the equation, it will give you a true equality. So this will give you 1 squared plus times 1. So 1 times 1 is it equal to 2? 1 plus 1, yes. So this is also true. It is symmetric with respect to origin. How to check the symmetry with respect to origin? Change x with minus x, y with minus y. Then check the inequality, check the equality, same or not. So you can check it by changing it. So here we have x squared, but we have this minus here, so we can take it here. This is x times y equal to 2. Is it same as this one? So 2 is same, but this part here we have a difference. This is positive, this is negative, so not same. So not same means this is not, this is false. So, but it's asking the false, so this is false. When it comes to knowing y-intercept, you set x equal to 0, and you say 0 times y. 0 times y is equal to 0, so 0 is equal to 0. So for no y values, this is false, so you will get no y value. So it means no y-intercept. This is also true. Now, which is false about the following graph? So the graph is symmetric with respect to origin. So it means when it is symmetric with respect to origin, so when you take a number here, so look at its reflection through the origin, it has to be on the graph. So it's clearly this one is not on the graph. So when you take the reflection with respect to the origin, it is not on the graph. So basically, this is false. And another way is you can do this one. You can go make the projection reflection, then make the other reflection. So if it is symmetric with respect to origin, the graph should look like this, not this one. So the answer is here. So the graph is not symmetric with respect to y-axis. This is clear because when you go to B, okay, if you want to check B, like you go here, do you see any part like this? No. So it says not, so it will be true. Now, when it comes to the x-axis, it's also, you don't see this one, so it's not symmetric. True. And that it has an x and y intercept. This is also true because it touches the x-axis and it touches the y-axis. So it has an x and y intercept. They are both same, it's equal to 0, but the graph has an x-intercept and a y-intercept, means the graph touches the x-axis and the y-axis. So this is also true. So as you see, the first one is false. Now the sum of the x and y intercepts of this equation is the sum. So to find the y-intercept, you set x equal to 0. When you set x equal to 0, you get y squared minus y minus 5y plus 7 is equal to 2 times 0, so it becomes 1. So the absolute value of 1 is 1. Now you got 6 here equal to 0. Now it is easy to factor this, -2 and -3. So when you multiply them, you get this. When you add them, you get this one. So we have two y-intercepts here, y equal to 3, y equal to 2, 3, and 2. These are the y-intercepts. Now, so for x-intercept, set y equal to 0, and you got 0 squared minus 50 plus 7 is equal to 2x plus 1. Now it will be 7 equal to 2x plus 1. So this will give us 2x plus 1 is equal to 7. and 2x plus 1 is equal to minus 7. So 2x equal to 6, and 2x equal to minus 8. And here you will get x equal to 3. And here you will get x equal to minus 4. So these are the x-intercepts. This is the x-intercept also. And you add all of them. So you got 3 plus 2 plus 3 plus minus 8. No, minus 4. So we get 1, 3 plus 4, 5 plus 3, 8, minus 4, it's 4. Now, which point does not lie on the graph? So you basically plug the points here. Like for x equal to 0, you put is 2, okay. This is x and this is y. 2 is 2 equal to negative 2 over 3, 0 plus 2 makes 0. Yes, it lies on the graph. So let's check the other one. So x equal to 2 and y equal to 4 over 3. Now plug them. 4 over 3, is it equal to negative 2 over 3 times 2 plus 2? That will be negative 4 over 3. So this is in question now. Plus 2. Is it true? 3 times 2, 6. So this will give you minus 4 over 3 plus 2 over 1 multiply with 3. So we got negative 4 over 3 plus 6 over 3. When you add them, you get 2 over 3, which is not equal to 4 over 3. So this doesn't lie on the graph. If the reflection of the point P respect to the origin is in quadrant 1, then the reflection of P with respect to y-axis in quadrant what? So it says the reflection of P is with respect to the origin is in quadrant 1. So in quadrant 1 is here. So this is the point, this is the reflection of P with respect to origin. So where is P then? If it is a reflection with respect to origin, so when you reflect it again with respect to origin, you will get the real P here. So it has to be in the third quadrant. Now it's the reflection of P with respect to y-axis. So y-axis is this. So if you take it, so this will be the reflection of P with respect to y-axis. So it has to be in the fourth quadrant. Also, you can try with the numbers here. Assume its reflection is 1, 1. So what makes 1, 1? The reflection, it has to be minus 1, minus 1. And its reflection through the y-axis should be 1, minus 1, and which is in the fourth quadrant. If the line passing through 3, 7, 2a is perpendicular to the line passing through 4, 4, 0, 6, and a, okay. Now the line passing through these 2 points is perpendicular to the line passing through these 2 points. So we have 2 lines here, line 1, line 2, and they're perpendicular. So what does this mean? That the slopes, the multiplication of slope 1 and slope 2 should be equal to minus 1. Now, we can use that. What's the slope here? The slope 1 is indeed a minus 7 divided by 2 minus 3. And slope 2 here, okay, we can get the slope 2 here. Slope 2, and the second slope 6 minus 4 divided by 0 minus 4. So this will be 2 2 over minus 4, which is minus 1 over 2. Now the second slope here is a minus 7 divided by minus 1. So then you can say this is 7 minus a, right? So because when you divide, this is minus a, this is plus, so you got this one. Now we have this one then. 7 minus a. Now let's look at this question. A, B are 2 points. The equation of the line passing through the origin and parallel to the line segment AB is which one? Okay, now we have 2 points. Let's say 6, 2, and 2, 4. This is A, this is B. And, okay, AB. Now the equation outline passing through the origin, so there's the origin here. The origin means 0, 0. So there's a line passing through here, and it's parallel to the line segment AB. So here is the story. So it's asking the equation of this. What's the equation? Now the equation here will be, how can you write it? So 1 point is given. The point on the line is given. So the only thing you need is the slope here. So you need the slope. What's the slope of this? The good thing is about this one is it's parallel. So these two are parallel. So parallel means their slopes are same. So now we find the slope of this one. So what's the slope of AB? So here the slope is 4 minus 2 and 2 minus 6. So the slope turns out to be 2 over minus 4, which is minus 1 over 2. So now we have the slope here. The slopes are the same. So we have this slope as minus 1 over 2. Slope minus 1 over 2. So we can write the equation. The equation should be, we can use the slope point form. Y minus 0 is equal to, so I'm using this point here, negative 1 over 2 x minus 0. So it will give us y equal to minus 1 over 2x. Okay, now we found it and we check here. It doesn't show us anything like it, so we have to change it to this form here. So how can we do it? We just multiply with 2 and try to get an equivalent equation. Now let's do it. Like y is equal to minus 1 over 2x, and you can multiply both sides with 2, then you got 2 times minus 1 over 2x, and after the cancellation you will get minus x here. Do we have it here? X, 2y. We have only 2y here, but this is not equal to x, and here we have 2y, but this is minus 2y. So how about making, okay, for sure there will be no 2x, so y 2x, it's gone, and it's y is equal to negative 2x. No, it's not it, so it has to be this. But anyway, you can change it to this one. Let's isolate x. How do you isolate this one? You divide both sides with minus 1, and you will end up with x equal to minus 2y. So then this is C. Which one is true about the horizontal line passing through negative 2, 5? So the horizontal line passing through negative 2, 5 is this line here, this negative 2, 5. And this is a horizontal line. What is true about this line? The equation of this line is x equal to 5. No, it has to be y equal to 5, because This is a horizontal line. The horizontal line equation should be always with y. So it's not the equation. It's not the equation. And the slope of a horizontal line is 0, not undefined. And does it pass through? Okay, this should be true. But anyway, let's check. -3, 5. It passes through -3, 5. Here 3 is here, 5 is here. So does it pass through here? Yes. Now, which of the following is false about these lines? So it's asking about the parallelity, perpendicular, and the slope. So it's better we find the slope. What is the slope of line 1? So how do you find it? You basically write y equal to, so how can you do it? 2x minus 5y equal to 2. Send 5y here, so send 2 here. Yeah, 2x minus 2 is equal to 5y. Divide by 5. Got y is equal to 2x over 5 minus 2 over 5. We end up with this slope here. The slope is 2 over 5. Now the other, so L2, what about L2? The slope of L2, the slope of L2 is, it is automatically y equal to 2x, so the slope here should be directly 2 because this is mx plus b form. This is the slope y-intercept form, and the y is alone here, isolated, and the slope is this. So L2 has slope 2. Is it true? Yes. L2 passes through the origin. Is it true 0, 0 is satisfying this equation? Yes, 0 is equal to 2 times 0. This is true. Now, L1, L2 are neither parallel nor perpendicular. That is also true. Why? Because the slope here is 2, and the slope here is 2 over 5. They're not same, so they're not parallel. And the product of the slopes not equal to -1, so they're not perpendicular. So this is also true. The only thing false here should be this one, and we can check it. L1 is perpendicular to the equation 2y equal to -5x. So here, when you look at the line, the slope of this line, you can write it 2y is equal to 5x plus 2, and then divide by 2 both sides, so you will get y equal to 5 over 2x and 2 over 2. The slope here will be 5 over 2. But here, the slope 5 over 2 and 2 over 5, when you multiply them, you don't get equal to -1. So it becomes 1, but not -1. So it's not perpendicular for sure. So this is false. Now, if the equation of the line through the points 3, 2, and -1, -2 is y equal to mx plus b, then what is m plus b? So the first thing we have to find is the slope. The slope is what? The slope, we can find the slope by doing this. 2 minus 2 divided by 3 minus 1. This is 4 over 2. This is 2. Now, the equation should be 2x plus b, and we don't know what b is. We can put this 2 here, and we can get it 3. No, this is 2, sorry. This is x is 3, and y is 2. You put it here. It will be 2 times 3 plus b. So 2 is equal to 6 plus b, and b should be equal to -4. Now, b is -4, and m is 2. So we put m plus b should be -4. No, 2 plus -4, which is -2. So if 3, 4 is the circle, is on the circle centered at 4a, with radius a. What is a? It's a circle centered at 4a. This is 4a, the center. And 3, 4 is here. It's on the circle. And the radius should be a. So you can use the distance formula here. The distance here, a, should be equal to the square root of these 2 points. So how can you find it? 4 minus 3 squared plus a minus 4 squared. So how can you take this? So this will be 1 squared is 1, so a minus 4 squared, and this is equal to a. Okay, how can you get rid of the square? So take square root of both sides, so you get a squared is equal to 1 plus a. Okay, let's open this one. A squared minus 8a plus 16. Now a squared cancel out, and we can send 8a to the other side. We get 17, and this will be a will be 17 over 8. So this is the answer. Okay, which is true about the graph of this. So in here, the first thing you have to do is you have to write it in this form first. You make it equal to 0. Then find a, find b, and find c. Now, what is h? H is minus a over 2, which is minus 4 over 2, which is plus 4 divided by 2, it's 2. And k is minus 8 over 2, it's minus b over 2, so it is minus 4. Now, what is m? M is h squared plus k squared minus c. So m is 2 squared plus minus 4 squared minus 20. This will give you 20 minus 2 minus 20. So m is equal to 0. If m is equal to 0, then the equation represents the point. The equation represents the point hk. What is hk? 2 minus 4. So it represents the point 2 minus 4. Which of the following is the equation of the circle? Look at here. This is, okay, this turns out to be the center. So what is this? 1, 2. So the x component will be 2. This, yeah, this is minus 2. So the center should be 2 minus 2. So how about the radius? The radius is 3. You can take a point, like clear point. Okay, don't take this one because this is not clear. So the distance, but here the distance is clearly 3. So the radius is 3. Now, how can you write the equation? X minus h squared, y minus k, k is minus 2 squared, is equal to 3 squared. And this will give you negative x minus 2 squared plus y plus 2 squared, which is 9. And this will give you b.